Good morning. Hey, I just heard that whistle. That means the Mom Mentor broadcast is getting ready to start. I hope you'll join me. Oh, hi. While everybody's getting in. Oh, I gotta turn down the volume on my. Jeez. Delayed response. Okay, I'm sorry, I had to quit talking. Welcome to the Mom Mentor Show. I'm gonna turn you around in a second. If y'all could see how I have this all set up, you would be cracking up. Someday I'll post a picture that shows you what I'm doing. There I am. Hey. Oh, my toaster in the background. Yeah, I just made breakfast for my little girl and sent her off to school. She had late arrival. How many of your kids, your kids have late arrival for when they're seniors? It's really interesting. Some days they're going early, some days they're going late. I'm gonna turn off that big light ahead of us. Go ahead and jump online. I'm so excited that you're here in my kitchen. Do you like coming to my kitchen? I like having you in my kitchen. It's been a really fun week. You're so bubbly. I don't feel so bubbly today. I'm a little tired. I had a great time. Oh, great. You saw two moms praying together? It's awesome to see moms praying together. I did Moms in Touch when my kids were real little, and I absolutely adored it. And I think they call it Moms in Prayer now. But when moms get together and they start praying, it makes a difference. And I'd like to say that that's a woman's greatest attribute, but it is not. And today we're going to be talking about, hey, from Turkey, Istanbul. We're glad to have you here on the Mom Mentor Show. We're talking about a woman's greatest attribute, and I think you're going to be surprised to see what it is. Like I said, we're going to talk about it in a minute. Welcome replay viewers. Thank you for coming on the replay. I know lots of moms can't join us live, and that's totally good because my kitchen is always available on replay. And then after about 4 or 5 days, you might be able to find it on Facebook, and you might be able to find it on my website. I don't always put them up there, but the ones that I really like, I'm going to put up there. As we go through, I need to let you know, I'm MonaCorwin. I am the Mom Mentor, and I help moms get a hold of this crazy ride called motherhood and marriage and making a home and keeping your home the center of your focus and your mentality in life. The world would not have us do that. The world would say that the things you do outside the home would be really the most important. And that goes for men too. Like their jobs are the most important, when in actuality, home and family was the center of what God had planned from the very beginning. Why don't you just say hi every once in a while if you need something, and you can give me hearts. You just tap on that screen there. Yes, like that. It encourages me, and it lets me know that I'm hitting a heartstring with you, and it encourages me to bring you stuff that is in that same vein. Hi from Illinois. Oh, I used to live up in Michigan. Do I sound like you? Yeah? Do I sound like you? I look like your mom. A lot of people tell me that. A lot of people tell me. You know, I just like to think that if I look familiar to you, that maybe it's just Jesus, that Jesus is the one that looks familiar. Jesus is the one that's in us, and he's the one that brings out the gifts and talents that we have. And we'll be talking about gifts and talents as we go. I'm MonaCorwin, and I'm going to introduce myself one more time for the folks that are jumping online, and then we're going to get into a woman's greatest attribute and wondering if you use it and how you use it. So if you'd like to share this with your friends, if you think it'd be valuable for your girlfriends, you can swipe up on Android, left to right on iOS, and click the share button, and you can just send it to 2 friends or all your friends or whatever. My goal is to be able to help you do the best that you can in the realm of marriage, motherhood, family, and womanhood. I think restoring the value to these aspects are what is going to not only help our nation, but it is really going to bring us back to the truth and the solid foundation of what we need in this world, which is love, right? Because that's where we find it. The very first time we find it in our mother's arms. And if you're a mom, then you've given that out and you've received it too. So I'm MonaCorwin, and I am the Mom Mentor. I have written 2 books. I'm a published author. I'm a speaker. I'm getting ready to speak tomorrow, which is probably why I'm so tired. I'm trying to make everything perfect for these girls. I'm real excited to speak with them. And it's at Northwest Bible Church, I think. Yeah. And I also blog over at The Balanced Mom Life. You can also find me on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram, which is where I put my awesome pictures of motherhood from the generations past. Motherhood's, the one that's this week is so funny. Like, I love this lady's hair. When I looked at it, I just laughed. Like, women are the same. We're the same. We're same as moms. And I love that picture. So when you hop over to Instagram and follow me on Instagram, you can see it. You'll like it. Okay, so let's get started. A woman's greatest attribute, and I was wondering if you know what it is and what you do with it. So I'm not even going to ask you to guess. I'm going to tell you. Your greatest attribute is not your beauty. It's not your thin thighs, if you have them, which I don't. It's not your ability to flirt. It's not your ability to control and manipulate. It's actually your ability to be an influence, to be an influencer. When God created woman, it was to be a helpmate. And that's what we are. He created us to be a helpmate to the man that he had made. Not a slave, not a maid, not someone that gets bossed around, but actually a helpmate. Someone to help him do what God had said. God had said in Genesis, he blessed us and he said, be fruitful and multiply, fill the earth and have dominion over it. That was actually to both of them. It was to the man and the woman. Because we are both, in God's eyes, we are equally loved. We are equally created by him. We are equally valued by him because we're his children and we're made in his image, both of us. And we are uniquely designed with roles that are unique. And our role is to be an influencer. Oh my goodness, y'all, we're ignoring this. Or we're misusing it. But when you see the value of what it is, you will absolutely cherish and you will hold it in regard and you will be more careful. Because we're either speaking life and truth, or girls, we're talking death and destruction to the people around us, to our men, to our kids, to our friends that are around us, to our church, to in the government, in the stores, to the clerks. When the enemy came into, my sweet man wants me to be his helpmate, and a thing just came across the thing that says, honey, when does this stuff something or other? You see, I like being my man's helpmate. When he needs me, I like to be there for him. And I like him to know that he's my top priority. God is my first, no doubt about that. But he's my top priority. And then my kids are next. And then what I do to bless the body of Christ in my gifts and talents, that's third. Yeah. I think the world's got a little bit backwards. Yeah. You think so? Do you think the world's got a little backwards? I think so too. As influencers, we influence everything from our husbands to our children to our friends, like I just said. We even influence, as women, we influence the marketplace. Do you know that women are the biggest purchasers? We are, you know, back in the day they said, we're the gatherers, they're the hunters. Well, that's kind of the way it is still. We kind of gather. We go to the grocery store. We go to the things that the kids need for their schools. Now, our husbands absolutely can do that, and they're very good at it when they need to, but we like to do it, and it's part of what a woman does. It's part of her role as nurturing. And but this role of influencing, it's a little different, because the big point is you influence, whether it's for good or for bad. So how do we influence? We influence with our words. Our words are harsh or they're life-giving. Do you know that when Adam renamed Eve, first she was named woman. Actions, very good. That's my next one. You're so good. Have you read my notes? When he named woman, you agree with everything? Thank you so much. It is a great message to know that as a woman, we don't have to be a man. We don't have to strive to have things that men have. We actually have a really cool thing being a woman. And like I said before, a woman that wants to be a man is like have the things that he has, not necessarily become a man, but have the attributes and all the roles as a man. It's actually a waste of a great woman, because we can still do the things that men do, but we influence in a different way. And when we don't do that, then there's something missing. There's actually something missing that the world's not getting. So as we go through and we see that our words are either harsh or life-giving, I wanted to remind you that when Adam called her, he called her Eve. He called her Eve because that means the life giver, the giver of life, because Eve was going to be the life giver and she was going to be the mother of all people. How awesome is that? That's a beautiful gift, to be able to give birth and give life to another human made in the image of God. It's a great honor. But women do even more than that. We breathe life into everything that we say. We bring life into